How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, football pundits around the world? It's your boy Adam here, live on Couch Sports Football, where we have FA Cup action. Manchester United taking on Fulham. Has he got an hearing aid in? The players coming out here. Players coming out here for all to see. Dum, 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 dum. Let's give you. Are you going to post the actual match? No, Liam, I don't have the rights to do that, Liam. How are you doing anyway? Welcome to the stream. Where you from and who do you support? Kai Street there in the chat. No, I think that's against Twitch rules. I think it's against rules just in general, Kai Street. But how are you all doing? Welcome to the stream. It's your boy Adam here live on Couch Sports Football. Let's give you the Fulham team news. Leno in goal. Robinson, Ream, Diop and Tete. Paulinho Reed, Decadova Reed, Pereira William, and Mitrovic playing up top. But this is a platform for all football fans to come together and talk football. It doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter who you support. If you watch the international sport of this planet Earth, ladies and gentlemen, this is the platform for you to get in the chat, say hello, and let's talk some football. How are you all doing? What's your day job? Manchester United shooting from left to right. Fulham from right to left. Manchester United, their famous red kit. Fulham in their white kit. Old Trafford is packed, ladies and gentlemen. Now we know what the semi-final will be. It's Manchester City taking on Sheffield United, and it's the winner of Manchester United Fulham taking on Brighton. So a big game coming up in the next round. There will be a Premier League team in the final as the ball whipped into the box there towards Pereira, but it's headed away for a corner. Fulham applying the pressure from the get-go. Corner here for Fulham down the right hand side. How are we all doing? Kai Street, how you doing? Welcome back. Back to back streams, Kai Street. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Here we go with the corner down the right hand side for Fulham in the first minute of the game. They have put it on the front foot. No Casemiro, no Fred, no Varane. So new faces in the team. Fulham whip the ball into the box, but it's headed away by Harry Maguire, and it comes out to Willian. And it goes all the way back to Robinson. Willian now in the Manchester United half on the right side. Tries to bring it forward. Whips the ball in towards the back post. Wan-Bissaka's there. Diop's forced the corner. Issa Diop with a looping header. He forces the corner. And it's Fulham who will take a second corner in this game. I'm good. I can only catch the streams on the weekend though. Kaishri, don't worry about it. I appreciate you coming by anyway. Arsenal winning 4-1 earlier today against Crystal Palace in the Premier League. Blackburn Rovers losing 3-2 in the last 10 minutes against Sheffield United in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Here we go, the Fulham corner down the right side, whipped into the box, heading toward, no, sorry, it was nearly headed towards goal by Mitrovic. Caves for a penalty, nothing given. The game carries on with Robinson, who switches it out to the right side, but is headed away by Bruno Fernandes, and Luke shows there just to hit it out. And Willian will pick up the ball on the halfway line. Into the middle left, finds Ream 1-2 with Robinson. Willian, sorry. Into the path of Reed. And he goes all the way back to Ream here on the right side. 3 minutes played. Manchester United 0, Fulham 0. How are we all to it? What do we think of the football this season? Are Arsenal gonna go on and win it? Here we go with Davide here. Into Martinez here on this left-hand side, bringing the ball forward. Into the path of Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw has McTominay ahead of him, but it goes backwards to Martinez. Threads it in towards Sancho, but it's intercepted by Fulham, and it's Willian bringing the ball forward. He's got Robinson busting a cut down his left side if he can find him, and he does. He puts the ball back into the box, but McTominay is there, and he finds Marcus Rashford, who puts his head up, but he can't get away from Paulinho. And it goes up for a throwing here down this left-hand side for Manchester United. Fulham applying pressure very early on in this game, not allowing Manchester United to play the way they want to play. Wan-Bissaka, Harry Maguire feeds the ball down the line. Can't fall to Veghorst. It comes off Ream, and it goes out for a Manchester United throwing just off the halfway line. Wan-Bissaka steps over to take the throwing here down this left-hand side. Long throwing in towards Vegos, who flicks it onto Rashford, but Robinson's there. And he just clears it away high up top. Is it going to fall to Luke Shaw? No, it doesn't. It goes out for a Manchester United throwing on the opposite side of the pitch. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, Manchester United shooting from left to right. Fulham from right to left. And it's Martinez on the ball into Harry Maguire on the centre circle. Back in the squad, no Rafael Varane, no Victor Lindelof. It is Maguire and Martinez. Wan-Bissaka on the halfway line. Back to Harry Maguire, who goes all the way back to David De Gea here on the left-hand side. When Manchester United have the ball, you can see Mitrovic, Pereira, and Reed. Willian, Decadova, Reed on the outside flanks, trying to apply the pressure. Scott McTominay gets away from Pereira, but he can't find the pass, and he loses it, and it's Reed now into Pereira, bringing it central here for Fulham in the Manchester United half. Squares it into the path of Robinson on the halfway line. He's got Willian ahead of him, but he goes backwards to Reed. Sorry, Reem. And he now brings Paulinho into play, who gets away from Bruno Fernandes. Out to the left-hand side, but it comes off Marcus Rashford, and it goes out for a Fulham throwing here on the halfway line. 5 minutes played here. Fulham nil. Manchester United nil. Off centre, what's going on? Robinson wins another throwing here for Manchester United. Wan-Bissaka to take it here on the halfway line. First time into Rashford, back to Wan-Bissaka, who gets away from Willian. And he goes back to Harry Maguire. Into Martinez, where Mitrovic will come over to apply some pressure. Maguire now on the ball. Floats it out to Luke Shaw down that left-hand side. Bringing the ball forward here for Manchester United down that left-hand side. Maguire. On the centre circle, floats it out to that left-hand side towards Sabitzer, heads it into the path of Luke Shaw. He's got McTominay alongside him and Bruno. He goes into Sancho. Sancho all the way back to Martinez. I don't know what kind of formation Manchester United are playing today. You can see there, BBC have got it as a 4-1-4-1. But I don't think it is. Wan-Bissaka can't get there ahead of Willian. It makes its way all the way back to Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire, Martinez, Shaw, and Wan-Bissaka are your back four. McTominay and Sabitzer playing through the middle. So is Bruno. So is Sancho, Rashford. Sancho, Rashford, your wingers, and Van goes through the middle. We'll have to wait and see. 6 minutes played. Wan-Bissaka now on the ball. First time into Rashford. Rashford can't get away for Robinson, and it's Paulinho into Pereira. And Pereira has Mitrovic to his right, and he tries through the ball. Is he going to find the pass? He does find Mitrovic on the edge of the box. Martinez is there for cover. Willian with a shot. And he didn't get the connection on the ball right there, and it swerves out for a goal kick. Willian there with an outside of the foot shot, but he's just going to get a clear connection on it. And it goes out for a Manchester United goal kick, and it's Wan-Bissaka now on the ball here on the left-hand side. David De Gea clears it down the line into the path of Bruno Fernandes, into Sancho. Sancho gets away from Reed, finds McTominay on the centre circle, into Luke Shaw. He's got Rashford down the left-hand side, Sabitzer and Weghorst making the run through the middle. He goes into Rashford, one-on-one against Decadova Reed. He comes central this time. Sancho is in the middle, and he finds him into Bruno. Wan-Bissaka makes a rapid run, puts the ball into the box towards Rashford, and Issa Diop's there to head it away, and Robinson will help it on. Bruno keeps the game alive. It falls to McTominay into the path of Wan-Bissaka. Sancho back to Wan-Bissaka. Couple of step overs, gets away from his marker into Sancho. Bruno still on the ground here, and Sancho hits it out of play, and it goes out for a Fulham throwing here down the shine side, where Bruno Fernandes holding on to his stomach there. And Bruno Fernandes here, just gonna get a bit of treatment, probably just a bit of sponge. A bit the magic sponge. Get the magic sponge out for Bruno Fernandes, ladies and gentlemen. Might need a defibrillator as well, the way he's lying on the ground. Manchester United nil, Fulham nil. Fulham applying the pressure from the front. Manchester United managed to put that aside for a couple of minutes. Fulham players coming over, just have a word with Marco Silva. sacked at Everton, moved on from Watford. Couple of empty seats in the in Old Trafford, surprising. The impossible dream. There's quite a few empty seats there in Old Trafford. Very surprised to see that. I wonder how many come in really. I'd love to know what the stat is for the attendance today. Robinson with a throwing into Pereira, and he goes all the way back to David De Gea here on this left hand side. Manchester United now restart on the 10th minute. Manchester United nil, Fulham nil. Luke Shaw on the ball here on this left hand side. He's got a few players ahead of him. Ladies and gentlemen, how are we doing? It's your boy Adam here live on Cal Sports Football, bringing you the commentary of Manchester United against Fulham FA Cup quarter final. The winners of this will play Brighton in the next round. Who is going to join them? Are you Manchester United fans? Are you Fulham fans? Or are you just fans of football? Wan-Bissaka there loses the ball to Willian, and he tries to thread it first time into the middle, but McTominay is there, and he manages to find a pass into Bruno, who finds Sabitzer on the centre circle, but he can't get away from Decadova Reed, and it falls back to Issa Diop here on the right side. First time it up towards Pereira. He gets there ahead of Maguire, but Maguire is able to clear it away into Robinson on the halfway line. Returns it to Mitrovic, but again, Maguire is there to intercept. It falls to Issa Diop, but Van takes off him. Rashford takes it forward, but Ream is there, positioned well, and he goes all the way back to the keeper, who hits it down the line. McTominay wins the header. But the offside flag goes up, and Manchester United restart here on this left-hand side. How are we all doing, ladies and gentlemen? Where are we from and who do we support? Let me know in the chat. What do you think of the game? Who do you think is going to win? Will Manchester United win today, or will it be Fulham? Let me know what you guys think. Here we go with Harry Maguire on the ball here on this left-hand side. Lays it into pass of Luke Shaw down that left-hand side. Over the top towards Weghorst, but it's headed away by Ream. Pereira will go there, but it'll fall to Paulinho on the centre circle, who has the space to drive. McTominay is giving him the red carpet here into the Manchester United half, into Mitrovic, out to that right side towards Decadova Reed. 1-on-1 against Luke Shaw as Mitrovic is headed away, but it's Bruno Fernandes now into Jadon Sancho. Into the path of Marcus Rashford, who has time to bring the ball forward into the Fulham half. He's got acres of space. He's got Bruno and Weghorst. He goes into the path of Weghorst. Weghorst cuts in on his left foot, takes a shot, but it's straight into the path of the keeper. And Fulham will restart here on the right side. Ream now on the ball here. Into Robinson down the right hand side. Goes backwards to Ream. Bringing the ball forward here. Into the path of the keeper. Diop. Back to Leno on the penalty spot here. Into Ream. Ream gets away from Jadon Sancho, bringing the ball forward here for Fulham. Into Mitrovic, being harassed there by Martinez. Mitrovic holds onto the ball, goes into Ream. Mitrovic falls to the ground, but the game carries on with Willian. Into Pereira. Pereira tries to return it back, but Martinez is down the centre circle, and he finds Bruno, and it's a misplaced pass by Bruno, and it falls to Decadova Reed, and it's all the way back to Issa Diop. Decadova Reed here feeds the ball over the top towards Reed, who's making the run behind Martinez. Is tracking back. It's 6-on-6 here, and Martinez losing the ball here to Reed. He's got Pereira, Willian, and Mitrovic. Maguire slipped in the middle, but Sabitzer's there doing his defensive work, and they win a corner here on this right side of the pitch. Great opportunity for Fulham here, but Sabitzer doing well to cut it out for a corner here. Fulham have a corner here on the far right hand side of the pitch on the 14th minute. They've been the better team in this game so far. Pereira steps over to take the corner here down that right hand side. Can Fulham capitalize from this early pressure in this game? Whips the ball in near post, but Bruno Fernandes is there to head it away, and it'll fall to Robinson. Willian now on the ball on the left hand side. First time into Ream. Ream left foot into the box. Ice towards the back post and no one is gambling on that. And it goes all the way out for a goal kick. Great ball into the box there by the centre back Ream. Takes it out of his feet. Left foot across the ground towards the back post. And no one is making that run in on the back post. Manchester United get away with one there. Manchester United goal kick here on the right side. Taken quickly into Martinez. Sabitzer all the way back to Luke Shaw. Manchester United struggling to get out their own half. David De Gea clears the ball down the line. Rashford will try and flick it on. Can Sabitzer get there ahead of Issa Diop? He can't. But Sabitzer wins the ball back. And he goes into Martinez. Hits it out of play and it goes out for a Fulham throw. Manchester United just giving the ball away unnecessarily here. 15 minutes played. Here we go with Ream on the centre circle. Into this left-hand side is Willian. Willian, one goes Wan-Bissaka. Sancho comes over to cover. Overlapping run by Robinson. First time into the box. Head away by Martinez. Bruno flicks it on. Into Vavekos. Bruno can't get it out. The referee plays on. But Luke Shaw's there to win it back. He can't find a Manchester United foot player. And it's Ream. Into Tete. Reed brought down by Bruno. Referee pulls the free kick here. And it's Fulham now on the ball on that right side. Manchester United is half four. It's 10 to 5 in the afternoon here in the UK. Manchester United haven't woken up yet. They still haven't woken up yet. 16 minutes played. They're struggling here. Struggling with the fast nature this Fulham team are playing. The pressure that they're putting on the ball. Pereira now to take the free kick down the right side. Manchester United 0, Fulham 0. Manchester United with a very high line here. Referee having a word with Weghorst. Pereira now to take the free kick. Willian makes a run behind, but Sabitzer is there. Sancho picks up the loose ball, but he loses it down the right side to Tete. 1-on-1 against Sancho. He goes backwards to Pereira. First time into the box, but it's into Bruno first time, and he tries to thread it in behind to Sancho, and that's going to be a yellow card, surely, to Pereira. That's a tactical foul, ref. Yes, he has got it. Finally, referee's pulled it out. Manchester United will restart the game here on the 17th minute. Manchester United 0, Fulham 0. Harry Maguire on the ball here on the centre circle. Looking left and right, but he goes into the path of Martinez. Martinez here in the Manchester United half. Returns it back to Harry Maguire here, central. Maguire into the path of Wan-Bissaka down the left-hand side. Over the top towards Bruno, who's in behind here. Ream comes over to cover. Bruno first time into the box, but it's straight into the hands of Leno on the 6-yard box. And Fulham will restart here on the shine side. Great ball in behind by Wan-Bissaka into Bruno Fernandes. Maybe had a little bit more time than he thought he did. And it's Fulham who will restart in the 18th minute. With Ream in his own box. All the way back to Leno on the 6-yard box. To Diop. Diop gets away from Sancho and feeds Tete. And Tete has space to bring the ball forward. Weghorst is tracking back into Mitrovic. Back to Tete. Gets away from Weghorst into the path of Reed. Reed now into Mitrovic. But Martinez is there. And he goes all the way back to Luke Shaw. And it's now Harry Maguire here on the edge of the box. Harry Maguire on the ball here. On this left-hand side. Into Martinez. Back to Harry Maguire. Manchester United just playing it out from the back here. Trying to move the ball about. Into Rashford, who does the dummy, but no one's on the same wavelength. And it makes its way all the way back to Leno. And Leno will clear it down the line. Into the path of Robinson, who brings the ball under control. And he gets away from Bruno. And he has now space to bring the ball forward. Rashford is tracking back. And Rashford wins it back. And it goes out for a Fulham throwing here. Issa Diop now on the ball here on the right side for Fulham. On the centre circle, bringing it forward into the Manchester United half. Into the pass of Tete on the right side. Deckard over Reed now on the ball. Cuts it back into Reed. Reed holds onto the ball here. He's got Tete to his right, but he goes backwards to Issa Diop in the Fulham half. Reem is free in the centre circle, but he goes out wide to Reed. Reed into Deckard over Reed, and he's brought down by Luke Shaw, and they win a free kick. Fulham here down that right side. Manchester United struggling here. Tete broke down there by Luke Shaw. Free kick here for Fulham down that right side. Pereira steps over to take it here. 20 minutes played. Manchester United 0, Fulham 0. Pereira now whips the ball in central. But it's Wan-Bissaka there to clear it away into the path of Willian. And there's no pressure on him. The Old Trafford Stadium is trying to wake up this Manchester United starting 11. Robinson goes all the way back to Leno here. Leno high up top towards Willian. Wan-Bissaka's there to win the header. Paulinho wins it back. Mitrovic against Harry Maguire, and he spins away from him, and he's brought down by Maguire, and it's going to be a free kick here on this left-hand side for Fulham. And Harry Maguire gets a yellow card. Pereira now to take a free kick down this left-hand side of the pitch in a very good crossing position. He goes short to Reem, first time into Deckard over Reed, and that was something off the training ground. But between Bruno Fernandes and Sabitzer, they managed to usher him out, and it goes out for a goal kick here on the left-hand side. David De Gea now. Harry Maguire here on this left-hand side. Bringing the ball forward here for Manchester United. Into the path of Luke Shaw. Shaw has Sabitzer to his left, but he goes back to Martinez. Harry Maguire now on the ball into Wan-Bissaka. Sorry, Bruno. Bruno into the middle towards Sancho. Sancho back to Maguire, out to the left-hand side towards Luke Shaw. Manchester United moving the ball about here. Rashford ahead of him, and Sabitzer. McTominay is to his right. He leaves it to Rashford. Rashford on the halfway line. Sees a switch over the top to the right side towards, I think it's Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and yes, it is. 1-on-1 against Robinson. He's got Bruno in the middle, and he finds him. Dink ball into the box, and Issa Diop's there to win the header. Scott McTominay will battle it out against Deckard over Reed, and it falls to Mitrovic, but he can't make its way to Pereira, and Martinez brings the ball forward into Valverde. Sancho on the ball, can't get away from Reed, but he's going to fall to Valverde. Back to Aaron Wan-Bissaka. He's got Sancho through the middle, but he goes into Bruno Fernandes. Into Rashford, 1-on-1 against Tete. What's he going to do this time? Cuts it back, right foot into the box towards Valverde, and it can't go into the back of the net. It goes out for a goal kick. 23 minutes played. Manchester United 0, Fulham 0. How are we doing in the chat? What do we think of the game so far? Ball over the top towards Mitrovic. 1-on-1 against Martinez. Holds onto the ball, manages to return it back to Tete. Driving into the Fulham Manchester United half. Into Battle Reed on the right side. He's kept it in play here. But Bruno stops him in his track. But he gets away from Bruno. Right foot into the box towards Pereira. But McTominay is there. And Bruno will just hit it down the line. And it's now Sabitzer on the ball. Into the path of Vaikos. Holds onto it here. Issa Diop all over him like a rash. And Manchester United win the free kick here. Bruno now on the ball. With the ball over the top towards Rashford, but He claims to have been held back. It falls to Issa Diop, and it's now Paulinho on the ball here. Gets away from Luke Shaw, and he's got space to drive into the Manchester United half. Scoops it into the Matthew Robinson down the left-hand side. Jadon Sancho is tracking back. Willian is ahead of him. He squares it back to Paulinho. He's got space to bring it forward. Who's he going to pick out? Let's see. But he goes out wide to Tete. Tete back to Paulinho. Back to Tete. Into the Issa Diop on the halfway line. 24 minutes played. Manchester United 0, Fulham 0. Deckard over Reed finds Reed here. Deckard over Reed carries on with his run, but he spins away from Luke Shaw, and he's got space to drive into the box here. Into the path of Mitrovic, but Martinez is there. Mitrovic goes down claiming for a penalty. Nothing given. Martinez asking the linesman, where's the dive there? 25 minutes. No penalty. And that means that's a yellow card for diving, surely. Reed's gone down here off the ball. Oh, Fulham going to be forced into an early substitution here. He's holding on to his hamstring here. And that's the last thing Fulham will want, to get an early substitution in this game. Marco Silva, they're not happy with that. 26 minutes played. Martinez to restart the game from the goal kick. David De Gea now. Into Wan-Bissaka. First time into Scott McTominay. McTominay gets away from Paulinho, but he's brought down. Free kick Manchester United. Harry Maguire now on the ball. Bringing the ball forward here for Manchester United. Into the path of Lisandro Martinez. Luke Shaw now on the ball. He's got Sabitzer through the middle, but he goes backwards to Martinez. And sees a run over the top towards Marcus Rashford down the left-hand side, and he finds him, and he gets away from Issa Diop, but Issa Diop does well to get back and forces the throwing here on the left-hand side. 27 minutes played. Luke Shaw now into Sabitzer, returns it back to Shaw, but he can't get away from Tete, and he goes out wide to Deckard over Reed. Sabitzer comes over to cover, but Luke Shaw is there. Tete wins it back into Paul Mitrovic, but his pass to Deckard over Reed is wasted. And Manchester United win the throwing here on the halfway line. Harry Maguire now on the ball here on this left-hand side. Into the path of McTominay. McTominay finds Wan-Bissaka. Back to Harry Maguire on this left-hand side. Floats it over the top towards Luke Shaw here down the left-hand side of the pitch. He heads it on, but it's Tete there into Deckard over Reed, and he clears it down the line. But Martinez is there, loses it out to Mitrovic. Mitrovic now bringing the ball for here down the shine side. He's forced to go backwards to Deckard over Reed on the halfway line. Into the middle there towards Pereira, but he loses it to McTominay. And Manchester United break away here on this left-hand side. McTominay down the line towards Jadon Sancho, but he's not going to run. And it's Reem, Paulinho, Robinson. Over the top towards Willian, but Wan-Bissaka stops the run, and Maguire goes all the way back to David De Gea. Martinez, back to De Gea. Back to Martinez here on this left-hand side. Manchester United get away with one there. Wan-Bissaka now on the ball on the halfway line. Willian's tracking back. Wan-Bissaka flicks it forward, but Willian wins the ball back and goes all the way back to Leno, where Vegas will charge him down. Leno will clear it high up top. Harry Maguire clears the ball down the line. Sancho battling out against Reem. Reem wins the header. Bruno will bring the ball down, but the offside flag goes up. And Fulham restart the game here on the Shine side. Leno now to restart in the 29th minute. Manchester United nil, Fulham nil. Ream on the ball. Into the path of Issa Diop. Goes backwards to Leno here on the 6-yard box. Ream now on the ball, bringing it forward. Into the left, finds Willian. Willian holds onto the ball here, goes backwards to Ream. And Ream goes all the way back to Leno. Ream. Into Rather Robinson, who has space to go forward, but he's forced to go back by Sancho. And it's Ream on the halfway line. Into Willian on the centre circle. Into the pass of Tete on the right side. He's got a couple of plays to aim for, but his cross is blocked by Shaw and is cleared down the right to Rashford. Misplaced pass, but it falls to Martinez, and Manchester United will clear it away. And Rashford's in behind here on the left-hand side, but he couldn't keep it in play, and it goes out for a Fulham throwing. 30 minutes played. Issa Diop now on the ball. Ream bringing it forward here on the right side. Threads it into the middle towards Pereira. Pereira on the centre circle goes out to the left-hand side towards Robinson. Robinson left foot into the box. Mitrovic jumps up, but he can't get the header, and it goes out for a goal kick here. 30 minutes played. De Gea into Sancho, can't find McTominay. Paulinho is there. McTominay wins it back. Sancho will keep it in play here. Looking for a pass, and he manages to find the pass into Martinez. And Manchester United now come away here. Martinez into Bruno on the centre circle. Sabitzer makes a run through the middle, but Issa Diop is there covering. It was a bit of a short pass by Bruno, and Tete comes away with it. Gets away from Weghorst, gets away from Bruno, gets away from Luke Shaw, but Bruno shacking back. And it's now Martinez bringing the ball forward here. Rashford through the middle, but it goes into Weghorst, into Sabitzer. Rashford in the box, gets away from the defender. 1-1 against Leno, but it comes off Rashford, and it goes out for a goal kick. Manchester United, Fulham will restart here on the right side. "32 minutes played here. Leno to restart for Fulham. Into Issa Diop. A lot of empty seats in this Old Trafford crowd. Diop bringing the ball forward here. Can't get away from Weghorst. And it falls to Luke Shaw over the top towards Rashford, and Manchester United can capitalise here with players out of position, but Reed does well to win the ball back for Fulham. Can't keep it in play. Oh, I thought it went out. The referee says no, it goes up for a Manchester United throwing here on the shine side. "33 minutes played. Tete now to take the throwing. Mitrovic brings the ball under control. He's got Reed alongside him. Martinez is there, forces another throwing here on the shine side. Tete now to take the throwing on the halfway line. McTominay with the clearance. Sabitzer into Martinez. Returns it back to Sabitzer. Into Rashford on the left-hand side. 1-1 against Tete. Looking for a pass, but he's forced to go backwards to McTominay. And he goes all the way back to David De Gea. David De Gea now in his own box. Manchester United 0, Fulham 0. Martinez leaves it to Shaw. Into McTominay. McTominay back to Shaw. Weghorst coming deep to pick up the ball, but Shaw holds on to it here. And he's forced to go backwards to Martinez. Martinez now on the ball here on his left-hand side. 34 minutes play. Out to Bruno down the left-hand side. Bruno into Rashford. Rashford back to Shaw. Manchester United just trying to move the ball about here. Just need a few players to provide the options. Bruno into Rashford, but he can't win it. And Paulinho is there, intercepted there by Scott McTominay. Referee carries on with the game. McTominay gets away from Reed. Rashford down the left-hand side on the port. Right foot into the box towards Weghorst, but Robinson's there to clear it away. Harry Maguire will pick up the loose ball, and it's now Aaron Wan-Bissaka against Willian. Brings it central, finds Sancho. Sancho turns, Wan-Bissaka down the right side against Robinson. Putting ball into the box, but it comes off Robinson. Wan-Bissaka keeps it alive here down the right side. Back to Bruno. First time over the top. Wan-Bissaka will get there, but he'll go out for a goal kick. 35 minutes played. Manchester United 0, Fulham 0. Ream on the ball here on the right side. Into the left finds Issa Diop. Tete to Paulinho, brought down by Weghorst, and it's going to be a free kick Fulham. Bit of frustration in the Manchester United play there. Harry Maguire wins the header and it falls to Sancho. Sancho now brings the ball forward here into Weghorst. Weghorst out wide to Bruno Fernandes. 1-on-1 against Ream. Robinson's tracking back out to the left hand side towards Shaw. Headed away by Tete, and it goes out for a corner here down this left hand side. Manchester United corner here on that left hand side of the pitch. Slowly waking up in this game, the Manchester United players. 36th minute played here. Bruno now to take the corner. Near post, it goes through everyone, but it's cleared away by Diop. And it falls to Wan-Bissaka on the centre circle. Sancho. Bruno. First time over the top towards Luke Shaw. Can he get inside the box? No, he can't. Leno's there to gather it in his hands. And he'll distribute it quickly high up top towards Pereira. But Martinez is there. Brings the ball under control, but it falls to Mitrovic. Deckard over Reed now on that right side. Bruno and Sancho tracking back. He manages to find the pass out Pereira. Pereira now bringing it central. Gets away from Shaw. But he's going into no man's land. And between him and Bruno, they hit it out for a throw-in. Tete now steps over to take the throwing here down the right side. Did I not tweet it? Fucking idiot. Bruno loses the ball there to Paulinho, but Manchester United managed to win it back. Bruno's brought down there. Free kick Manchester United, 38 minutes played. Looks like Fred. Shaw now on the ball here on this left hand side in the 38th minute. Into McTominay. McTominay back to Shaw. Into the path of Martinez here on this left hand side. He's got Bruno and McTominay through the middle. Sabitzer out to that left hand side, but he goes into Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw now into Weghorst on the centre circle. Finds Bruno Fernandes. Wan-Bissaka makes a run behind. And Rashford, but his pass is straight to Willian. And Willian sets off Mitrovic here down the left hand side. He's got Pereira, but Martinez does well. And Bruno Fernandes comes away with the ball here. Great challenge there by Martinez. But misplaced pass by Bruno once again in the 39th minute. What is Bruno Fernandes doing there? Paulinho on the ball. Issa Diop. All the way back to Leno here on the Shine side. Willian. All the way back to Leno. Veghorst comes over to apply some pressure. Into Ream. Ream out to Robinson. Robinson hits the ball down the line. Maguire wins the header into the path of Wan-Bissaka. Wan-Bissaka holds onto the ball here. But it goes out for a Manchester United throwing. Wan-Bissaka to take it. Into Veghorst. Loses the ball there. Willian. His passes into Bruno. Bruno into Sabitzer. Takes it in his stride. Shot is saved by Leno, and he gathers it in his hands here on the Shine side in the 40th minute. Fortieth minute played. Manchester United 0, Fulham 0. Issa Diop now on the ball here on the Shine side. Bringing the ball forward here. Weghorst is tracking back, but he falls to Manchester United, and is Bruno Fernandes on the centre circle. Returns it to Sancho down the left hand side. He's got Rashford through the middle. Sancho holds onto the ball here on the edge of the box, looking for something, looking for an option. Right foot into the box. It's Sabitzer across the 6-yard, and Rashford leaves it. Rashford leaves it. It's cleared away by Mitrovic. Bruno wins the ball back into the middle towards Rashford, but he thinks he's offside. And it goes all the way back to Leno here on the Shine side. Tete on the ball here on the Shine side in the 41st minute. 4 minutes of the 45 to go plus added time. Manchester United 0, Fulham 0. Ream now on the centre circle. Out to the left hand side towards Robinson. Robinson holds the ball up here. Returns it back to Ream. Into the path of Robinson. Robinson on the halfway line goes all the way back to Leno. Issa Diop now on the ball. Backwards to Leno on the penalty spot. Ream. 41 minutes played. 3 minutes out of 45 to go plus added time. Ream into Issa Diop on the right side. Feeds the ball over the top towards Tete, busting a cut to keep it in play here. Will he keep it in play? He does. But it comes off him and goes out for a goal kick. Sancho can't get there ahead of Ream. And it falls to McTominay. But if Paulinho wins the ball back, Pereira gets away from McTominay. Willian down this left-hand side, bringing the ball forward here. McTominay's tracking back. Willian one-on-one against him. Gets himself into the box. Onto the edges, Paulinho. His shot is parried. Martinez wins the header, but Willian will pick up the loose ball here on this left-hand side. One-on-one against Martinez. Goes down the inside. Cuts it back in on his right foot. Holds onto the ball here. And Martinez ushers him backwards. Sancho is there to intercept off Robinson. And it goes out for a Fulham throwing here. 2 minutes to go on the 45 plus added time. Manchester United 0, Fulham 0. Robinson now to take the throwing. To Pereira. Back to Robinson. Gets away from Sancho. Manages to find the ball into the box. But Sabitzer is there. And McTominay tries to find the pass to Veghorst. But it's a misplaced pass. And he allows Issa Diop to bring the ball forward. Willian. Back to Reed on the centre circle. Ream now on the ball here on the Shine side. Returns it back to Reed. Back to Reed. All the way back to Leno here. Just over a minute to go here. Manchester United 0, Fulham 0. How are we all doing? Issa Diop now on the ball. All the way back to Leno. Ream. Bruno coming to apply some pressure. Ream bringing the ball forward here. Into middle finds Willian. Backwards to Pereira. Pereira on the halfway line. Sees a switch over the top towards Deckard over Reed. Luke Shaw is there winning the header. And it goes out for a Fulham throwing here. Issa Diop now on the ball here on the Shine side. Ream on the centre circle. Out to the left hand side towards Robinson. Robinson into Willian. Willian now 1-on-1 against Wan-Bissaka. To Issa Diop on the centre circle. Out wide to Tete. Tete into the middle there, finds Ream. Ream bringing the ball forward. Ream to Pereira. Pereira gets away from Sancho and he goes back to Ream on the halfway line. Ream into the middle, finds Robinson. First time into Paulinho, who gets away from Veghorst. He's got 4 players to aim for. And he goes into Tete down the right side. Tete gets away from Sabitzer, takes a shot from distance. And it's wide. And there's going to be 2 minutes of added time here. To be able to pass the ball into different areas of the pitch and set something up. Something that Fulham have done really well in this first half. 45 minutes played, 2 minutes of added time here. Manchester United 0, Fulham 0. Fulham are the one who are on top. The Manchester United have created a few chances here and there. Nothing taken yet so far. Here we go with Ream on the Shine side. Into the left, Issa Diop. Rashford applying some pressure. Diop goes all the way back to Leno. Bruno will apply some pressure, but Leno will just clear it away. If in doubt, just get it out. Maguire can get there ahead of Mitrovic, and it's McTominay into Martinez. Feeds the ball over the top, but there's no one there. And it goes up all the way back to Leno. 1 minute to go here of the added time. Ream now in his own box. Into Issa Diop. Back to Leno. Ream now on the ball. Tries to thread it in between the gap towards Willian. He flicks it on, but Martinez wins the ball. Then goes into Sancho. Back to McTominay. First time shot is blocked by Ream. And that was a big opportunity there for Manchester United. Fulham trying to play out from the back. But because they're so deep, Martinez intercepts the ball and it's a first time pass into Veghorst. Sancho should really go for goal, but he tries to put it across the middle to McTominay and his shot is blocked by Ream and it goes up for a corner here. Luke Shaw now to take the corner here down the right side. The last thing Fulham will want to do is go down at half-time, a goal down. Sancho into the pass of Bruno, but Willian is there and he wants to get there first. And the half-time whistle is blown and it's Manchester United 0, Fulham 0. And Erik ten Hag is going to blow a gasket in that Manchester United changing rooms. Marco Silva will be happy with the way his team have played so far. Just haven't taken their chances, so he'll want more from them. Ladies and gentlemen, it's 0-0 so far. I'll see you for the second half, so stay tuned.